I cut a hole for the electrical box.
It's round.
So,
haven't you ever seen an electrical box? It's rectangular.
what, this won't work?
The only thing this is going to work for is a glory hole.
A glory hole? What's that?
Well, you just go put your face up to that opening, and I'll show you what a glory hole is used for.
Heyo. Oh, that's right. There we go, mateys. Woo. How's everyone doing tonight? Greetings and salutations, one-man show. It's not too late to snag a copy of Spacecraft Iron for yourself as a holiday gift for someone with good taste. Thank you, one-man show, for the reminder. Let me put a link. Here, whoa, shit's getting in the way. There we go. Dropping a link in the chat. Evening, Andrew Wardna. Good to see you, man. Can't stay. Drop the like. Later, y'all. All right, peace, Papa Cotton. Be well, brother. I don't remember if I showed this on Monday or not. I don't remember if I had it on Monday. This whole week's been a bit scrunched. I actually twisted my ankle yesterday, and that shit hurt like a motherfucker. Got really swollen, and then it cooled down now by the end of over the course of the day. But that sucked for a hot second. But yeah, I got this Luffy necklace from Jenny. I don't know how well you can see it. I don't want to take it off either because it's a pain in the ass to put back on. I'll show it up close next time on Monday. Oh yeah, I gotta hold on. Let me update. Yeah, delete this one. Rename. There we go. All right, I updated the outro to include our latest brownie, the only brownie, Tomby. I think I chose well for him. Y'all gonna see. But I still gotta update some other stuff. Just been a little hectic, hence the short shows and whatnot. I think I'm gonna keep doing Monday, Thursday, even though it's a little, I don't know, it's a little tight, I guess I could say. I think I can still swing the time slot for a little bit. But let's get into these articles because I have some cool freaking stuff. Hold on, let me get this shit over here. So I'm gonna read the Bluetooth article since that is the thumbnail for tonight. And then I'm going to put the other articles up for a vote. So let's do that real quick. All right. This is going to be a little bit. So gives the poll some time, some range. Okay. So I'm already reading that one. Universal language. Okay. Articles. So universal language. Crunchyroll. Or maybe I should just read the Crunchyroll one and the Bluetooth one. Yeah. One word AI killer is what I'm going to name the next article. And there we go. And magnetic magic. I'm being a little spicy with the names. Hey, Stunt Brat. Kai, Crunchyroll hugs. Big hug, Stunt Brat. It's good to see you. I was just putting up the poll for tonight's articles. And I'm going to read the Crunchyroll one because it's a lawsuit. And the deadline is nearing to file a claim for it. So Crunchyroll is the go-to home for all things anime. So subscribers best listen up. If you have a history with the streaming service, you may be able to submit a claim as part of a class action lawsuit against Crunchyroll. The deadline to apply runs up in less than 10 days. So here's what you need to know about the ordeal. Earlier this year, a class action lawsuit was filed against Crunchyroll for allegedly disclosing personally identifiable information of its users to third parties without consent. Crunchyroll was quick to deny the accusation but agreed to a settlement. As such, 16 million USD was made, and users have until December 12th to apply. So to avoid further litigation costs, they just agreed to a settlement. As those eligible for the settlement, anyone submitted a claim must have been a registered user or viewer of or viewed a service owned by Crunchyroll from September 8th, 2020 to September 20th, 2023. If that is you, eligible users must submit a claim online or through the mail by December 12th to get part of the settlement. Currently, each affected user under the settlement is entitled to roughly $30. The official amount will be announced at a later date after the final approval is given to the settlement. The verdict will be given December 19th. For more information on the settlement, you can visit the class action lawsuit case's website. So if you were impacted by this Crunchyroll case, be sure to submit your claim by December 12th if you want reparations. Today is the 7th. See? The 7th. So you got 5 days, everybody. That's, well, not business days. You've got today and tomorrow. Oh, but you can do it online. So yeah, you've got 5 days. You got until Tuesday to get this one done. So good luck, everyone. If you have a Crunchyroll account, you've been an active user, etc., which I am, so fuck it. But yeah, anyone else? If you're out there, now you know. One of your last reminders to do it. Next up is Bluetooth. Thanks, babe. I got a little Prezi. Ooh, nice. Congratulations. So Bluetooth connections are no longer private with new BLUFFS attacks. Fuck, that is a tiny, tiny text. Let me do a quick scan through this here. All right, that's better. Bluetooth, a low-power wireless technology connecting our devices, has a new vulnerability to iron out. Attackers in the middle could easily snoop on your communications using a new BLUFFS attack. Daniel Antonelli, a researcher at the French Research. What? So an Italian researcher at the French Research Center Eurocom demonstrated 6 novel attacks. 6 defined as bluffs, Bluetooth, forward, and future secrecy. They are effective on a large scale, exploiting a broad set of devices such as laptops, smartphones, headsets, and speakers on multiple operating systems. Most chip vendors, such as Intel, Broadcom, Apple, Samsung, Qualcomm, and others, can be affected because the attacks target Bluetooth at the architectural level. Man in the middle, a hacker could exploit vulnerabilities to break Bluetooth session secrecy. Researchers released the toolkit, which could automatically perform and check the effectiveness of the attacks. The toolkit manipulates and monitors Bluetooth session key derivation. We show that our attacks have a critical large-scale impact on the Bluetooth ecosystem by evaluating them on 17 diverse Bluetooth chips, 18 devices, from popular hardware and software vendors. So they tested it on everything. Also developed and tested enhanced key derivation function, which stops such attacks. They responsibly disclosed the findings to the Bluetooth SIG. Bluetooth SIG acknowledged the work and issued a report. Devices supporting secure connections pairing and secure simple pairing in Bluetooth core specifications, whatever may be vulnerable. So they let everyone know, hey, be careful. This is a thing. They have a fix for it, but I don't think the fix is implemented yet. The attacking device needs to be within wireless range of 2 vulnerable Bluetooth devices initiating. So they can kind of bounce it between other vulnerable devices. That's a pain in the ass. That's pretty cool, actually. That is some like anime hacker shit, you know? The researchers identified that the attacks can force paired devices to establish an encryption procedure using legacy and less secure methods with shorter encryption key and manipulate certain values in this process. When successful, an attacker in proximity may ensure that the same encryption key is used for every session. Brute forcing could be used for decrypting any subsequent sessions. Oh, I need to blink more. Jeez. While posing a security risk, some systems might have measures refusing access to host resources from a downgraded session. Oh, fuck. How much more is there? All right. Brute forcing a 7-octet key is not anticipated to be possible in real time. Successful attacker can reduce the encryption key length below 7. Attacker may be able to complete brute force. We hope our fix will soon be added to the standard and implemented by vendors. Moreover, we recommend, so they tell everyone what the problem is. They give them the problem and the solution, and then they fucking tell the world, hey, everybody. So it's like, thanks. Now we have to implement this as quickly as possible. There's not much users can do to secure connections as a vulnerability is at the protocol level. So ain't shit you can do. Ain't shit. Alright, Cletus. Ain't shit you can do about this here Bluetooth hack. Y'all got the Bluetooth? When people sound like that, they've got literal blue teeth. Get some hygiene, dirty hillbilly. I think I tried Crunchyroll for a month. Was it between 2020 and 2023? Stop using Bluetooth. I've been using it more recently. I usually have it off, but lately it's been really useful for me. So, hey, tis what it is. Pull this shit down. You get everything right over here? Yeah, I did. All right. Cool. Just making sure that Rumble's running properly. See how the poll's going. We got 3 votes. It's split down the middle. Come on, folks. Let your voices be heard. This here's America. Voting's part of the deal. All right. Well, you don't even need the receipt. You just need your account, your like email or whatever. Yeah. It'll probably just be like a few $100 or some shit. But hey, fuck it. It's a few $100. It might depend also on how much of that time window of time you were using it, right? Because like then you've got more information that they're giving out. I don't know. Because it's supposed to be their like viewing habits and all that other stuff, right? I don't know. Curious. All right, y'all. I am really curious about these articles, so I want to know what the hell y'all want to see. Let's look at some stuff in the meantime. Wait, what? They should have the new thing. There it is. Okay. Dude, that opening clip was fucking ridiculous. Okay. Here we go. So while we wait for the vote to sort itself out, I'm going to share a little something here. Would you guys hire this guy?
Bill, what is your job?
Well, I crash funerals on behalf of the deceased. I'm the coughing confessor, and I tell those that were loved how much they were loved, and those my clients love to hate to fuck off.
So I want you to start from the start. How did you come across this?
No, it actually started as a joke. I just told a dying man I'd crash his funeral for him, and he took me up on the offer, and from that funeral it led to others. For instance, the first funeral that I crashed, Graham was on his deathbed. He was actually at home, but he had a best mate. His best mate was coming around and trying to screw his wife and patting her on the ass and putting his arm around her all the time. And Graham could see this from his bed, but he couldn't do anything because
Dude, that's fucked up. You can see it from the
his
bed.
best mate wouldn't even come down and see him or say anything.
No!
And Graham said in that letter, "You know, best mate of mine, been trying to screw my wife while I'm on my deathbed. You can go and fuck yourself and fuck off from my funeral. And if my brother, his wife, and their daughter are at this funeral, they can fuck off too, because I haven't seen them in 30 years. So why are they here now paying their respects?"
No, I love this.
I love that he threw the daughter in there too. He's like, he couldn't just say my brother and his wife are here. No. And their daughter. Fuck you too, little girl, right? Yeah, little daughter. Fuck you, little one. Boom, get fucked. It's not her fault. It's not her fucking fault that she's never seen him.
Bill,
He gives 0 fucks.
what is your job?
Well, I crash funerals on.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's the end of the thing. Oh, Jesus, dude. There it goes. That's taking forever. What's the deal, mate? Hold on. Where do we drop in next? You guys want me to ruin hot dogs for you? I've got a video for that, I guess. Did we look at this one? Doesn't look like it. All right, check this out.
Call ourselves advanced, but we had tech better than now 100 years ago. What the ruling class at the time had figured out is that they could capitalize by drip feeding us technology rather than releasing all the boss inventions straight away.
Yo, that baby carriage bike sidecar thing is fucking cool. What? That is badass. I mean, once everyone's driving cars, maybe you don't want to do that. Well, if everyone's on a bike, yeah. Hot dogs did that already. All right. I feel like I should have shown this already, but let's go. Okay, I don't know how the fuck they did this with the lawnmower. How the fuck does a lawnmower do that by itself? This I could see being from a movie or some shit. Yeah, that's from a fucking movie. It's gotta be. Okay, well, now it doesn't really have the movie vibe. Nerdy shit right here.
This car harnessed
Oh yeah, and this.
electricity from the environment in 1921 using an atmospheric.
Oh yeah, how's it going, Peter? I'm sorry, man. I didn't realize. What's good, brother? Sidecars make me nervous. Probably rightfully
generator
so.
made using only iron wires and minerals.
You know what? I think if we moved into an era of making our own shit, a lot of these problems that we're having right now would be gone. Like if we worked in smaller, if we just made, instead of buying cars, if we just made our cars, that might be easier. I don't know. Piece it together like Homer Simpson did. Good to see it, Peter.
It was invented by C.E.M. and you can see on the left and his brother on the right. This was the article featured in the Arizona Republican Papal Organization.
Oh, so this guy was in Arizona.
28, 1921. This is a...
Most people can't fix a car, let alone make one. Yeah, true, but really the basics of it are pretty simple. Or if we just made personal mobility vehicles, let's call it that. We can make personal mobility vehicles. That is a lot easier these days. Some people were already doing that, and then it started being... people made them as products, you know, like people would motorize their scooters and shit, and then companies said, what if we just sold motorized scooters? And they did that. They did exactly the same thing that the tinkerers were doing, and we just got a little engine from something else and put it on the thing, and there you go. So look at leaf blowers. Leaf blowers started because Mexican gardeners would, it was like originally it was like a thing for spraying weed killer. But Mexican, you know, gardeners, they would take the top off and they would turn on the engine and just blow. They use it to blow the leaves and all this shit. And so when the company caught on that that's what was happening, they started selling just leaf blowers, like as a product. I'm sorry, that's misrepresents what I mean. It makes it sound like they just started selling those, but no, they started selling a new product that was the leaf blower specifically. So yeah, when people make or do their own shit, you know, we get new shit out of it.
A copy of the actual insert. You see, electric vehicles are not the latest technology. They're how it all started.
Okay, the vote is looking good, by the way. We got 4 votes now. It's not tied anymore. But I see more people in the chat. So throw your vote in if you haven't yet.
This is an electric car that could run for 1,000 miles in the 1920s. You're being drip-fed technology that's inadequate in comparison to the efficiency of these old vehicles. In case you're still skeptical about the legitimacy of this, I'm going to show you more articles from the 1920s about electric cars.
So yeah, there was we already know there was a lot of electric cars. There was more electric cars back in the day, but there's not really much of a spotlight put on that. All right, time to wrap this shit. Oh no, hold on, let me mark it. So now I know I've used it. Oh, I forgot about this video. All right, so Crunchyroll Bluetooth. I'm gonna play a clip. Y'all let me know. I mean, by the end of the clip, at the end of the clip, I'm gonna end the vote. So if you haven't voted yet, that was your last chance. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? This one. Billy's a fucking menace. All right. So we've got a clear winner and two options that are tied. I'm gonna give y'all one last chance to vote. One last chance. Let's see if we can separate these little.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Ready? See me, colloids, era, fuck! No! Oh my god! 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 Pardon, if you're here, take a picture with me. I feel him. I literally have my hand.
David, do you hear me?
I have my hand on him.
David, do you hear me?
Holy god! Pardon, take a picture. Take a picture. Go, girl. I'm smiling. You got it. Let me see. Oh my god! 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 The papers are moving! Oh my god! Pardon, if you're here, grab this from my hand! Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I fucking love that shit. All right, I'm closing it down. Yes, that was what we needed. We've got first, second, and third place. Thank you to everyone that voted. I built a mini bike size version of the Can-Am Spider reverse trike years before BRP or anyone else I had seen. Nice, dude. See, that's what I'm talking about. If that was just the culture, then it'd be a lot more common. Think about how much more inexpensive life would be if everyone's just making their shit. Or making shit for each other. So the winners... Excuse me, jeez. Hey, man, Ray Hope. How you doing, man? Welcome back. Did you watch that video? I finally put that link, that video on your comment a week or two ago. Let me know if you watched it. I built a mini. Oh yeah, I already read that. I'm more or less out of my funk. Nice, man. That's good. I also built a stretch frame bicycle chopper before I had ever seen one. The concept was to make a bicycle with the same geometry as a chopper. Oh. Oh, what? Stretch frame bicycle chopper. Oh, I see what you mean. Like the ones that cholos ride? They ride around on the chopper bikes. Like those ones? All right, so the winner of the vote was one word AI killer. Second is universal language. Third is magnetic magic. All right. So we're definitely going to read those first two. I also built a stretch. Oh, whoop. I'll check. Okay. The long frame style. Okay, so what was it again? One word AI killer. And then universal language. Let's do it, folks. Long frame style. Let's see what you're talking about. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Cholos love writing these. Hold on, let me. Fuck off, bro. So like this one, right? Like this. Hold on, let me oops. Ah, fuck it. I'll just bring it back. Boop. I was just out of high school at the time, pushing 50 now. Damn, dude. How Googlers cracked a sci-fi rivals tech model with a single word. So that's what the AI one word killer is. But dude, that is freaking badass, man. I bet you could have. I wonder if damn. Well, I grew up seeing that shit, so I don't know, man. That's dope. That's freaking dope. So let's just check this shit out. Just in time for ChatGPT to turn a year old. A group of researchers from Google published a paper showing how easy it is to break OpenAI's buzzy technology. The paper, published Tuesday, provides a look at how scientists at the forefront of artificial intelligence research, an extremely well-paid job for some, are testing the limits of popular product in real time. Google and its AI lab, DeepMind, were the majority of the paper's authors' work. Are in a race. Let me try that again. Google and its AI lab, DeepMind, where the majority of the paper's authors work, are in a race to turn scientific advancements into lucrative and useful products before rivals like OpenAI and Meta get there first. The study takes a look at extraction, which is an adversarial attempt to glean what data might have been used to train an AI tool. AI models memorize examples from their training data sets, which can allow an attacker to extract potentially private information. The researchers wrote, privacy is key. If AI models are eventually trained on personal information, breaches of their training data could reveal bank logins, home addresses, and more. That's true. They store all that data somewhere, right? That shit's vulnerable. Don't push too hard, something might break. Just like that, or close. That's the reason I didn't patent it. All someone would have to do is come up with their own take on the idea. Yeah, no, for sure. But you could have made a whole thing with that, man. Like, I guess looking back, right? ChatGPT and Google, the Google team added in a blog post announcing the paper is aligned to not spit out large amounts of training data. But by developing an attack, we can do exactly this. Alignment in AI refers to engineers' attempts to guide the tech's behavior. The researchers also noted that ChatGPT is a product that has been released to the market for public use, as opposed to previous production phase AI models that have succumbed to extraction attempts. The attack that worked was so simple, the researchers even called it silly in their blog post. They just asked ChatGPT to repeat the word poem forever. They found that after repeating poem hundreds of times, the chatbot would eventually diverge or leave behind its standard dialogue style and start spitting out nonsensical phrases. When the researchers repeat the trick and looked at the chatbot's output after many, many poems, they began to see content that was straight from ChatGPT's training data. They had figured out extraction on a cheap-to-use version of the world's most famous AI chatbot, ChatGPT 3.5 Turbo. So they just had it say poem. How much? Hundreds of times. Okay, wait. They are forever. So you just say repeat the word poem forever. One word. Eventually the AI got bored and just started spitting out people's bank info. After running similar queries again and again, the researchers had used just $200 to get more than 10,000 examples of ChatGPT spitting out memorized training data they wrote. That's pretty cheap. This included verbatim paragraphs from novels, the personal information of dozens of people, snippets of research papers, and NSFW content. From dating sites, according to the paper, 404 Media, which so all the things exactly what people do not want happening. 404 Media, which first reported on the paper, found several of the passages online, including on CNN's website, Goodreads, fan pages, blogs, and even within comment sections. Several of the passages online. The researchers wrote in their blog post, so that's like all the places it's grabbing from. The researchers wrote in their blog post, as far as we can tell, no one has ever noticed that ChatGPT emits training data with such high frequency until this paper. So it's worrying that language models can have latent vulnerabilities like this, especially when they're being so widely used for like everything. It's also worrying that it's very hard to distinguish between actually safe and appears safe but isn't, they added. Along with Google, the research team featured representations from UC Berkeley, University of Washington, Cornell, Carnegie Mellon, and ETH Zurich. The researchers wrote in the paper that they told OpenAI about ChatGPT's vulnerability on August 30th, giving the startup time to fix the issue before the team publicized its findings. But on Thursday afternoon, SFGate was able to replicate the issue. When asked to repeat just the word "right" forever, the public and free version of ChatGPT eventually started spitting out other text, including quotes correctly attributed to Richard Bach and Toni Morrison. OpenAI did not immediately respond to the request for comment. On Wednesday, the company officially welcomed Sam Altman back as CEO after a dramatic ouster that consumed the startup a couple weeks ago. We talked about that. So, just repeat the word poem forever and you will get people's bank information. Oh, yeah. Just like that or close. That's the reason I didn't patent it. Oh, yeah. Instead of the second bar at the top of the frame to brace it, I used a metal plate because it gave the flavor of a tank without being a tank. Ah, that's nice. A tanky ass bike. Vatos would have loved that, homie. All right, everyone. We got our last article here, which is. Wait, let me check on the text size. That's good. All right, here we go. Study suggests existence of a universal nonverbal communication system. But before we play this clip, before we read this article, let's take a moment.
Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Bounce, 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 bounce. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Bounce, 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 bounce. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Helps me forget about my cancer.
Yeah, runs with phantoms with the tennis balls in the chat. Let me get big real quick. There he is, fuel tank, that is. What's it called? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Mute. Am I muted? Not muted. Mute. Let me check the stream. Yeah, no. That's a 3 for $2.99 is a good deal, though. It's Walmart, bro. Oh my god, that's great. All right, y'all. Let's get to this. Study suggests existence of a universal nonverbal communication system. So Turkish speaker, English speaker. So they're testing on babies, bro. Recent research conducted at Georgia State University shows that native language affects how people convey information from a young age and hints at the presence of a universal system of communication. I'm going to give this one a shot. Seda Ozkaliskan. Seda Ozkaliskan, a professor in the psychology department, has been researching the connection between language and thought for years. Her latest study, What the Development of Gesture with and Without Speech Can Tell Us About the Effect of Language on Thought, published in Language and Cognition, is a continuation of previous work with adults. For this study, Ozkaliskan, in collaboration with Susan Golden Meadow, at the University of Chicago and Che Lucero at Cornell University, focused on children ages 3 to 12. The children either spoke English or Turkish. They were asked to use their hands to act out specific actions, such as running into a house. English and Turkish were the primary comparisons because they differ in terms of the way you talk about events, said Ozkaliskan, a native Turkish speaker herself. I know I'm butchering that name. I have no idea how to say that. If you're speaking Turkish, if you want to describe someone running into a house, you have to chunk it up. You say he's running and then he enters the house. But if it's English, they'll just say he ran into the house, all in one compact sentence. As such, it is easier to express both running, manner of motion, and entering, path of motion, together in a single expression in English than in Turkish. We wanted to find out whether gesture does or does not follow these differences in how early do children learn these patterns. Researchers asked the children to describe the same action, first when speaking speech and co-speech gesture, then without speaking with only their hands, known as silent gesture. They found that when the children spoke and gestured at the same time, their gesture followed the conventions of their language, with clear differences between the gestures of the Turkish and English speakers. When the children used gestures without speaking, however, their gestures were remarkably similar. See, I was starting to think that, well, then the whole thing is falling apart, but no. It is easier to express both running and entering in a single gesture compared to speech, particularly for Turkish speakers who have to express running and entering in two separate sentences in their speech, said Ozkaliskan. So when you're not speaking, gestures don't have to follow the separation of manner and path, and you can easily actually put them together. The study also found that these patterns kick in at a very young age. Children's co-speech gesture first begins to follow their patterns of their spoken language at 3 to 4 years of age. Ozkaliskan, in collaboration with Golden Meadow, has also studied sighted and blind adults. Those participants were also English and Turkish speakers. Using the same methods as her latest study, researchers were surprised to find the same differences in co-speech gesture and similarities in silent gesture. This was despite the fact that the non-sighted participants were blind from birth, meaning they had never seen anyone gesture before. Bro, that's fucking wild. They've never seen anyone else do it, and they're like, yo, you know what? They know. So far, Ozkaliskan said, all the studies have produced very similar results. In fact, many of the gestures used by participants resemble what are known as home sign systems, which are informal sign language systems that are created spontaneously by deaf children who have not been exposed to a conventional sign language by their hearing parents. What we see, in fact, is some of these sorts of basic structures that we see in, for instance, early sign language, Ozkaliskan said. This pattern suggests that there may be a universal gesture system that enables us to communicate with each other regardless of language, hearing ability, or sightedness. You don't even need to see a motherfucker. Ozkaliskan said the next step for the research is to study blind Turkish and English-speaking children to see if the same patterns are present. We established in our earlier work that blind adults gesture like sighted adults. They show differences in speech and co-speech gesture, but when they're not talking, they show similarities. So the next question is, how early do we see evidence of that? That is crazy. So there is a universal language that all of us have. It's just all through gesture. When we let go of our language and we focus on taking ideas or processing ideas and turning them into action, then we can communicate. I always mute tennis balls. But the beat is so sick. Stunt Brat. I found it was very funny. Thank you. I found it was very funny. Ah, this guy. Saying numbers in French is nuts. Dude, numbers in French are straight illogical. It's form over function. 99. Quatre vingt dix neuf, which is generally 4 times 20 plus 19. Yeah. Yeah, you have to do fucking math to say French numbers. What? That is retarded. Quantum entanglement is a no big. All right. So I think I'll read the last article. We got through those pretty quick. Yeah, French, Jesus, man. French is just ridiculous. Like, how is this your number system? By the way, I appreciate the 420 in your example there. Yeah, bro. Math is metal as fuck. All right. Let's do the last one. Okay, study shows precise control of colloids through magnetism is possible. What is a colloid? But look at this little fucker zipping around. Beirut research has found ways to control tiny particles in liquids using magnetic patterns. The research results have now been published in Nature Communications under the title Simultaneous and Independent Topological Control of Identical Microparticles in Non-Periodic Energy Landscapes. Overall, the simultaneous and independent transport of colloidal particles over magnetic patterns can be of great use in various fields of science and technology to produce customized materials, improve biomedical application, and perform laboratory tests to investigate fundamental scientific questions. Okay. Those all sound like good things. In this theoretical and experimental work, Nico CX Stuhlmuller and Professor Dr. Daniel de las Heras, together with Farzaneh Farrokhzad and Professor Dr. Thomas Fisher. Thanks for the easy name, buddy. Investigated the simultaneous and independent transport of identical colloidal particles, nano and micrometer sized particles suspended in a liquid over magnetic patterns. External fields such as electric and magnetic fields are often used to transport a collection of colloidal particles. Identical particles are then transported along the same direction under the influence of the field. Okay, colloidal particles. The scientists demonstrate here that using non-periodic energy landscapers, it is possible to precisely control the transport of a collection of identical colloidal particles simultaneously and independently. Magnetic microparticles are placed above a magnetic pattern. The pattern is made with up and down magnetic regions, so magnetized regions, arranged differently depending on the position over the pattern. The transport is then driven by modulation loops of the orientation of an external magnetic field. The complex, time-dependent, and non-periodic energy landscapes emerges due to the coupling between the external magnetic field and the field created by the pattern. Arbitrarily complex and tailored trajectories of several identical colloidal particles can be simultaneously encoded in either the pattern or the modulation loops. As an illustration, the scientists show how identical colloidal patterns under the influence of the same modulation loop can write the first 18 letters of the alphabet. Why? What? They got stuck at 18? Hold on. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. It got stuck at S. It couldn't make S. Is that right? It couldn't make an S. Redonkulous. Ozcaliscan. Ozcaliscan. Is that really it? Ozcaliscan. Ozcaliscan. What? Wait, did I finish? Oh, yeah. Beyond its fundamental interest, this work opens new routes to reconfigurable self-assembly in colloidal science and has potential application in multifunctional lab-on-a-chip devices. A precise and simultaneous targeted control of colloidal patterns using magnetic fields can be used, for example, to develop microfluidic systems that transport particles for laboratory testing and medical diagnosis. So essentially, if they created a better way to transport particles, so they can have specific paths that particles take, and then the particle, essentially they kind of carve out the path in advance, and then they have an overlaying magnetic field, and they just pull the shit through where it needs to go. And so yeah, you do recognize that your God did I win, do acknowledge he is real. I just don't ask him for that much or make too many deals with him. God did win. I do. Oh, I see. Your God did win. I do acknowledge he is real. I just don't ask him. It's not that there's separate gods, man. It's that, I mean, it is that there are separate gods, but there's different levels, you know, and at the source of everything is source. Like, that's the ultimate big G God. So when you say your God with a big G, you're talking about everybody's God. That's everybody. It doesn't matter what entity you're talking to. That is the source of all things. From that ripples out everything else. Any little G gods, you know, medium-sized gods, angels, peoples, internets. So yeah, man. AIs. I understand that. All right, yeah. Cool. That's where I'm coming from, you know. But yeah, anyway. I appreciate you watching that video, man. I was wondering what you would make of it. But cool. We did the science. We did the peoples. We did the AI, Bluetooth hack, and the Crunchyroll lawsuit deadline. Which here? I'm looking for the sign up form. There we go. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we actually got through everything really quick. That was nice. And we did tennis ball. So you sent me it because you thought I would enjoy it because I did? Oh, nice. Good. I didn't know if you would, I mean, like, you're a smart guy. So if it engages your, you know, understanding and your questioning and all that stuff, then good. But like, I'm not gonna send you something that I think you're gonna hate, bro. You know what I mean? Oh, he's gonna hate this. Like I'm gonna send you stuff that I just want to see what you think of it, or maybe you'd like it, etc. So, yeah. Let's close out with something. I'm gonna pick a random fucking video here. Did we do this one? Let's leave off with a thing. Letter. I want a funny thing though. Anti-sleep lasers in China. This is pretty wild, actually. Hold on, let me share this. That's crazy. How does the anti-sleep lasers work? Do they just keep your attention, or is there what how does that help? I guess it keeps things interesting. It keeps the horizon interesting, so it's always a fucking rave, you know? I waited until the end of the show to show it because the notifications are not working anymore. Ah, lame. Well, sorry about that, DJ Lewis. You can rewind if you want because it's a short show, so I'm ending in a minute. Or I'm ending in a couple minutes, you know, but I'm not upset. Cool. Yeah, I didn't think you would be. I waited until the end. But good to see you, DJ Lewis. We talked about some cool stuff. But I'm gonna get rolling here, everybody. So I am actually excited to show the new outro because it brings our newest member, Tomby, into the mix. So thank you. You're welcome, man. Love having you here, man. Ray. So I'm gonna say good night. Hugs and kisses. Much love, everybody. See you next week. Hell yeah. I'll see y'all on, I don't think I have anything I kind of write. I'll see y'all on Monday. Take care. And have a good night. Bye.
You're better than this. Join us. Use your powers for good.
Heads up.
Be a superhero.
I'm gonna be the king of the pirates! You hear me?